All right, welcome to another episode from the Chart Readers. We are doing our detailed look at GTII, and sadly, this is what happens when a stock loses all five moving averages. You know what I mean? And as much passion as there is on this stock, and I can tell how much people really, really like this stock. Look, end of the day, passion does not pay the rent. Passion isn't what you can go buy food with. You know what I mean? Like these lines, again, I'm telling you, I love these lines. My five moving averages, the MACD RSI volume, the extra indicators I have on my personal one, I call the one. Like I like these indicators because it helps you kind of take a more unbiased view. I don't like using the word unbiased because look, we're all human. I get greedy as shit. I'm a degenerate gambler at heart, man. I'm telling you. And these lines just kind of help take some emotion away. All right. So we're at a critical place too, because again, I obviously care more about these moving averages than the lines I do draw myself. But once we're under them, my lines are the best things I have, right? I don't want to say we, because again, I like these. You don't necessarily have to like them, but there's this green makes this a scary situation for us. All right. So a lot is going to happen at this 126 line right here. Okay. And before I go any further on the details, real quick, what are we going to do today? Same thing we always do, right? We're going to take a look at the daily and the weekly to see how this thing is setting up short term. We do have our five moving averages, these horizontal support resistance lines that I do draw myself. And then when we're done up here, we'll use the MACD, RSI, and volume as our lower indicators. Hey, really quickly though, if you can please like, subscribe, share, comment, anything you can do really, really does help. I'm kind of solo here, so it really helps a lot. But hey, even just being here and giving me your time, I'm telling you, that's so much more than I can even ask for, okay? So let's go back into it. Look, last week I also drew this, okay? Because I don't see this here, and let me just make sure if you didn't see it, let me draw it. So I go from corner to corner and I extend out, right? We start here. I definitely hit this corner and we keep going. This candle right here not only threw us under all five moving averages, again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Not only did we lose that, we lost this trend, right? From the January run up that took us into the threes, right? All the way to April, that line, that's, you can't lose your moving averages and your trend. That's a horrible thing to happen. You know what I mean? So honestly, I do think the last 3 days were very easily avoidable. And in all sincerity, once the trend loss, or for sure, once the 100 moving average lost at 166, that would have been a good place to hit eject if you're a short termer like me, right? If you're long term, hey, ignore the noise, right? I'm not here to, steer you away from long-term trading. But yeah, you use these lines, it's good over the 8 and the 20. It's bad under, you know what I mean? So, and again, this line is super, super critical, right? Because I always say it, red turns into green. So lovely. But that can very quickly be our red right here, right? So there's not a lot that can catch it. Maybe I can draw a line like right here and stuff like that, because it does look like the bottom of this guy is roughly the bottom of that guy. Yeah, I think you can draw a line at 103. I think that's probably a good line to put right there. Um, End of the day, though, honestly, I think if you lose 126, it's probably going to come a little. Yeah, you know what? Maybe this line will save it. But again, we'll see. Like at this point, look, the eight's not done coming down yet. It looks like the 20 isn't done curving yet, right? The one thing I just don't understand, again, I'm not here pretending to be the smartest guy in the room, right? Like, I don't know the math behind any of this. I don't understand how this drops so hard, but the RSI actually stays flat. I don't understand what that means. This should have kept going down just like the MACD would. I think my problem is because look, like this thing has seen low single digit RSIs before it actually started turning around, right? This thing's actually even been lower than where we were and saw low 20s, right? Like we're still in the mid 30s. I was really hoping that this would at least bring down the RSI enough to kind of hope that there's a curve coming. Like this thing can still go down after all these days, like, I hope I'm explaining that well, right? Like, this pain should have brought this low enough to where it would have said, okay, let's assume a turnaround. This came down, this stayed flat, which in my mind means there is still room for this to come down and for this to come down, all right? Because MACD does not look like it's ready to start curving. Volume actually looks like it's starting to pick up, and unfortunately it's all reds, and come on, you do not want to cross the 50 moving average line on sells. That's bad, right? Like, green over, green over, green over is beautiful. If we get a couple red overs in a row, yeah, we're dropping here. You get what I'm saying? So just, I don't like that the RSI didn't come down. All right. I think that scares me a little bit, actually. Okay. Excuse me. Damn, look at where we're at on the weekly. There's obviously too many lines here. I do apologize. But look, this candle killed 4 moving averages on a single candle. All right, that's horrible. And you know what that means? If this thing decides to give good confirmation, we're coming to 102, if not maybe even closer to 90, right? Like, I really can't see this closing any better than 109 if this is going to confirm, right? Because again, if we were to break 4, right? If this was a green one and we broke 4, you know I would be saying, hey, we got to come at least up here to confirm it. If you go down and you break 4, yeah, it's the same rules. It's just unfortunately bad. Like, I need a monster candle to confirm this, and that means coming here. And again, look, RSI looks like it's just starting to come down. MACD looks like it's just starting to come down. Like, I will be honest, it seems like the worst is not over for GTII. I actually need to zoom out now. So what, oh my goodness. Oh man, the last thing that can happen is losing the 76 cents because the next line I draw is down here at 9. All right, look, I'm not here to talk about 9 cents on a $1.30 stock. All right, it's kind of the same thing I say, like, don't think about $20 when we're only at a $1.30, right? However, and again, this is a weekly view, so it's going to take a lot of time for anything to actually manifest down, right? But that right there will very, very easily lose, all right? And again, I'm not trying to imply that's going to happen, but you cannot close your eyes and pretend this isn't there. I had no idea this was there. I don't think I've zoomed out this far on the weekly because, again, I've kind of been hoping up, right? We've been hoping up. This is now where it looks like the worst isn't over, and I see what that means. And again, this is where it looks like we go into the shady trading days because, again, you can see there are fuller candles here versus these dashes that you know I hate. I don't know anything about this stock, all right? I don't know what industry it's in. It looks like this thing is a SPAC. It looks like it wants to one day acquire something and go, okay? I really think it's important. Again, don't just, I'm going to end it with this. Let's just end it here. If this thing loses the 200 moving average on the weekly, holy shit. All right, that's the only thing I got to say. We're close enough to talk about this 200 moving average. We cannot lose it on the weekly. All right. After that, we'll start talking about other things. But hopefully, we hit this and then super bounce up. Okay, because again, you can see it. This 200 on any stock, on a weekly especially, or on a monthly especially, should be a super violent up bounce or honestly a super violent loss. We've now used it once, twice, 3 times. I think we can use it a 4th time. As you start using it 5, 6 times, that's where I start getting worried and I think, okay, it's gonna break soon, right? But I really, really believe it's all about this 90 cent rough line, and then after that, it's a real important moment for this stock. All right, I'm not here to spread fear or any of that. You know that. All right, I'm just here to talk about the lines. All right, I appreciate your time. Let me know if you disagree with anything. Otherwise, good luck on this one especially. All right.